All right, here is the LLC and LP investment purchase packet, also known as the private entity purchase authorization. Okay, so your account is established, or you've got your client's account established. You've got funds transferred or rolled into the account ready for investment. How do you get the funds from the account to the investment? Thus, of course, solidifying the account's investment and, of course, setting up the account to then start making its money off the investment. Cover sheet here has got a couple check boxes to go through and items to keep in mind, including the private entity purchase authorization, which is the packet we're going over now, and the supporting documents that should accompany this packet when you have completed it or your client has completed it and is ready to invest. So we're completing this packet, we're signing it, and we're returning it with either the subscription and or operating agreement that has also been signed and completed. Please keep in mind we want the entire packet, not just the signature pages of the agreement, but the entire packet along with this purchase authorization to process the investment. A few things here to keep in mind, some transaction tips, how and where to send documents for processing, some things to keep in mind regarding the titling of the investment. So say the subscription agreement is looking for the name of the investor because it's going to be out of an IRA in this case. The vesting name, the title of the investor would be NuView Trust Co., custodian, FBO, then the client's name, and then IRA and account number. Moving on to the first formal page of the packet, section 1, account information, fairly self-explanatory, name here, account number here. Section 2, investment details. So what type of entity is this asset? Is it an LLC, LP, C Corp, land trust, or other? If it is other, please identify the type of entity it is. Entity name, so the name as it reads on the offering documents, on the documents that the investment sponsor generates and provides the client. That's the name we're looking for here. Address, city, state, zip, phone number as well. Super important information looking here. We're wanting to know how many units, if the investment's unitized, how many units are being purchased and what's the price per unit. Again here, if it's shares instead of units, how many shares is the investor or the IRA purchasing and the price per share? We sometimes see a percentage, so primarily an LLC, so say the IRA is purchasing a percentage of the entity, that percentage amount goes here. We're looking for one or the other, not all three, not two of the three. It's typically units or shares or percentage that is being purchased from the entity. And then share class, if it applies, it does not always. And then total investment is another super important field. We want to know exactly how much in total is being funded into the investment. So if you were to kind of prioritize a few items in section 2, entity name, entity type, what's being purchased and for how much per that unit or share is being purchased, and the total investment. All these items will ensure that we can process the investment. Moving on to another very important section, the funding instructions. So the account is opened here at NuView. The account has been funded, and now we're looking to send those funds to the investment sponsor. This is where you provide the information on how and where to send those funds. So the how being wire or ACH or check. Select one of these boxes here. If for wire or ACH, this information will be put here. If you do not have the information handy, please reach out to the investment sponsor as they will have the information to put here. We want to ensure with these being self-directed accounts that we are obtaining that information and direction from the client who is signing this document along with their subscription agreement. So if it's via wire or ACH, this information would be placed here. If it's for check, information is here. It doesn't have to be both, it's one or the other. Again, this information is obtained from the investment sponsor. It's sometimes found in the subscription agreement or offering documents as well, just a little tip. For check, a little more unique here, send check via regular mail, overnight, or certified check. For fees, how would you like to pay for the fees for this transaction? So this will typically incur a transaction fee and then initiate an annual asset fee for the investment that you're about to hold in the account. How would you like to have those fees covered? From the client's account, meaning there's cash in the account to cover the fees, or by credit card, in which case the credit card information is here. Whether it be account or by credit card, please ensure you are signing, or the client, the account holder, is signing this section as well. Last page, signature and acknowledgement, just simply outlining and defining our role as custodian, your role as the investor, what is needed per the IRS, what we're responsible for, what the the investor is responsible for, so on and so forth. Here we go, print name here, signature and date. So that's the entirety of this packet. Again, this packet will be completed in its entirety, signed by the account holder, and then sent back to NuView, accompanied by the offering documents from the investment, which are also completed and signed by the client. Once we have the paperwork in good order and funds are available to invest, it takes a matter of just a couple business days to get these turned around. We execute the offering documents and we send them to the investment sponsor on behalf of the IRA along with the funds. Moving from there, whatever money, whether it be dividends or distributions, monthly, quarterly, annually, whatever the terms are for your investment, those funds come back to your IRA here at NuView. And of course, that's where we as custodian are here to record keep and ensure everything is in good order. And that covers the investment portion.